again, guys and gals. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my second installment of our Majora's Mask talk-through. It feels good to be a part of the Zelda community, and here's to those supporters who embraced me with a warm welcome. I can see that you didn't get enough Zelda facts the first time. Good. Because today we're digging real deep and getting into the history of Termina and Hyrule. We're going way back to ancient times. You're going to learn what happens when you cross the goddesses. Okay, this video has been taking forever to make, so I'm going to try to do this quick, guys, and I got to cut a bunch of stuff that I was, it's just too long. It's just too long. So, here we go. First of all, I'm going to start you off with the Happy Mask Salesman. That's where I left you, so that's where we're going to pick it up. The Happy Mask Salesman is mugged in the woods. This begs a couple of questions. 1. Why was the Happy Mask Salesman in the woods? And 2. When did he get mugged? Now, Happy Mask Salesman claims to be very busy, so he must have been on his way to some business of some kind. That would imply that he's lying to us if he wasn't. Now, a potentially serious side note for all those conspiracy theorists like me. You never see the Happy Mask Salesman's head after he gets mugged. You only see his body, and some people believe that's because well, he's dead, or he created a double. There's a couple different theories about it. No one's really sure. Doesn't matter so much right now, but yeah, we're gonna just keep moving on. Now he has he's a really he's a weird guy. He's got a lot of mystery surrounding him. He has psychopathic mood swings, as well as knowledge of dark magic, and the ability to disappear, which you see him do at the end of the game. And he can magically manifest a huge organ just out of thin air. And, well, I don't really need to go into that. The guy also seems to have this disturbing obsession with bringing happiness to people. I'm going to go into details about his possible origins as well as his motives soon, really in a later video, but we're just gonna think about this. How did the Happy Mask Salesman get to Termina? Let's start with a little history lesson first. Termina has been destined to destruction since its birth due to the future heresies that would be brought on by the ancient people of Termina. At first, Termina wasn't divided. A long time ago, everybody lived in harmony together with the 4 giants. These giants were considered gods, although they were just guardians. Of course, we know the goddesses Din, Furore, and Nehru are the creationists, and there are also references to a goddess of time. Zelda tells us about that and says that it assists Link when the 3 days run out. 3 days referring to the amount of time that Link has to stop Majora before he casts the moon out of orbit, destroying the land, world, whatever it is. Zelda presumably blesses the ocarina, so Link is capable of moving back in time if he isn't able to stop Majora before the 3 days. The only question really is why he's only able to travel back to the first day as opposed to before he got into the whole mess with the Majora. Now, that's not really too big of a deal, not really that big of a question, but I've got a theory for it that Majora must have occupied the Skull Kid before on that first day. That's how it happened, and then he ran into Link that same day, and then the events, started to unravel. And the reason I think that is because Majora's Mask is seemingly powerless until someone wears him, and then the mask uses that person as a puppet. So so we can't be sure exactly when the time is that it's procured from the Happy Mask Salesman, which was my second question, by the way. I'm just gonna go with that day, like right then. Seems a little bit convenient. Seems like, you know, the mask is stolen and then ran into Link, like all in the same day. It's weird. There's something to think about for you. Now, Angie's grandmother, the lady you need the all-night mask to stay up to listen to because her stories are so damn boring, but so critical to what we're discussing right now. She claims in her story that an imp was a friend of the giants, assumably the Skull Kid, although no one is sure how this imp stayed alive all these years or if they never age. That would actually give credence to the Stalfos theory for Link if you know, kids turn into Skull Kids and then adults turn into Stalfos and Skull Kids never age, then Stalfos never age. That works. Anyways, the imp was sad because of his friends, the giants, who went to sleep in the separate corners of Termina to watch over the land. In an act of rebellion, angry that his friends were gone, he became mischievous, and started to wrong people. The citizens of Termina called upon the giants, who scolded the imp and told him to stop his ways or he would be torn apart by the giants. Scared, the Skull Kid retreats to an unknown location, presumably Hyrule, and stays there for some time. Okay. Now, I do want to get serious with you guys for a second. I'd like to take the opportunity now to examine the differences between Hyrule and Termina. Hyrule is based upon a faith instilled in the goddesses. The Triforce is real to the Hyruleans, seeing as the royal family basically attests their claim to the throne through the Triforce. The sages, when they come to realize their roles, know that the goddesses have put their power upon them. The same is not so for Termina. Termina lacks any sense of spirituality among the citizens regarding the Triforce now. Instead, they have mistaken the giants as gods. Kepora Gebora, the owl that assists you, claims that Termina has been destined to fade. This may be because of the ancient Terminan people who allegedly blasphemed against the goddesses. It seems that the ancients were arrogant with regards to their degree of aptitude in technology and magic. This is supported with numerous statues at the stone tower, which portray a box man sticking his tongue out onto his genitals, where the Triforce is. Although this is debated, some people believe that the reason the stone tower was built was so Terminans could get to the sacred realm, which some theorists claim to be the vortex over the teleport in the stone temple, which brings you to the boss room. Now, I told you I was going to expose you to as many theories as I could, and this is one of those theories that is just plain wrong. Other theorists have examined the vortex. Oh, sounds like my roommate's here. And they've looked at the vortex, and through hacking, they found that you can see there's a vortex above every teleport in every temple. So the vortex is obviously not the sacred realm, but it still can be conceived that the goddesses considered these people building the stone temples, you know, I guess it would be sacrilegious. You call just the goddesses, you consider that a religion. And so yeah, I mean, you know, putting the Triforce on someone's testicles is you know, not normally a good idea if the goddesses are real. So let's just keep on moving. Now, I'm assuming that the goddesses are omniscient and were aware that this was going to happen. Thus, the place was damned since its birth. This explains Termina's name, which most people believe means death or no hope, but when translated from Latin, roughly means boundary lines. This seems to imply that Termina was destined to fade due to the... oh wow, I just totally lost myself. This seems to imply that Termina was destined to cross those boundary lines one day. The playoff of good and evil is active due to the goddesses planting the light arrows in the stone temple in order to smite evil. I mean, there's no other explanation for the light arrows to be in the most corrupt part of Termina. Last time you got those baby Zelda, they gave them to you personally. When Link shoots his arrows, the temple flips and allows Link to continue to the boss room, which is deceptively located above you. This implies that the ancient Terminans gave into their false ambitions but were turned on their heads by the goddesses. Now, here's a big religious question that I want you guys to think about. If the goddesses didn't like the way the world was going to turn out, why didn't they just make it the way they wanted to? That's an interesting question, I think, and obviously has a lot to do with real life. But yeah, I mean, I have a whole bunch of stuff to cover for you guys today, and I still got a little bit more. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna overview something that I wanted to hit up on the last video, and that's the fact that Nintendo came out and said that Link was lamenting over not being remembered as a hero, and so he turned into the Stalfos, and that's the reason that he was able to come back in Twilight Princess. That's they claim that's who Link was, the hero shade. Now, this is a really big deal, actually. This is a big deal. That Link came back because he's so sad that he wasn't able to he wasn't remembered. To imply that after Majora's Mask, Link was still selfish and still was so concerned about not having the fame and not having the recognition that he turned into the hero shade. That's a big deal. That's just like spitting on everything that Majora's Mask is about, because Majora's Mask is truly about selflessness, and it's about giving, and it's about caring about other people, and it's about growing as a person. And for Nintendo to say that they don't care about those ideals that they made in that game, and they just want the action part, that really shows a lack of character, really. I mean, the reason that I love Majora's Mask so much is because of what they did for me, because of, I felt like I really shaped these people's lives, and for them to come out and say that all didn't matter, that Link really didn't care about that stuff, it's infuriating. And I want to say that while I am commenting on the canonical Zelda universe that the creators have made, that doesn't have to be your Link. That doesn't have to be my Link. And as far as I'm concerned, it's not my Link. My Link doesn't give a shit about, all this fame and fortune and, recognition and stuff. He doesn't care about any of that kind of stuff. And whether or not he came back in Twilight Princess, it doesn't really matter to me. And it doesn't matter what Nintendo says, because this story is so epic because it makes people feel like they are accomplishing these things. And that's why I felt like I was accomplishing those things in Majora's Mask, because they did such a great job with that game. And so just to let you know that, I'm not just covering this game because, I think it's a fun game, and, that's really all there is to it. No, I mean, I really do care about the themes in this game that were created, and what they did with the Zelda series, because you really don't. There hasn't been a game like Majora's Mask since, and I really can't wait to see another one, because I think that they will come back to it. And while I can't give you more information on why this game is so concentrated on morals, in the very depths of this game, in the very act of getting the Fierce Deity mask, I'll let you know right now, the Fierce Deity Mask proves that you are a good person. It proves that all that effort that you went through is worth it. It's worth it. And that's all I'm gonna give you for right now. But just know that this game is about more than just, you know, being badass, you know, being Link and, you know, saving the world. It's not just that. While Link is very badass, and while the Zelda universe is super epic, this game in particular is special because it focuses on something that the other games haven't, and that's ethics and it's morality. And I'm going to get you all that information and just, you know, well, I'll get to it and you're gonna understand, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. So until next time, yeah, just, you know, keep your imagination running. Don't let Nintendo hold you back. For all I know, your Link could be smacking, you know, hoes, finding shrooms in lost woods and stuff like that. Actually, you do find shrooms in Majora's Mask in the swamp, so that's actually more accurate. So that's actually not just imagination, that's actually fact. Yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys. I hope that you like it. Subscribe, you know, comment, let me know what you guys think, and I hope that you guys like this as much as I do. I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and you know, it's nice. Gave the shout out to the people in the beginning, and you know, I hope that get more of you guys coming back. You know, I hope more of you really like like what I'm doing here, and see that it's not just about, you know, having fun. It's about, you know, learning. It's about, you know, education and stuff like that. So yes, all right, I'm done. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.